Good evening, everybody. My name is Ant Thornton, and I'm running to be your next Lieutenant Governor for the great state of New Mexico. What I have in my hands today is a copy of HB 2, which is a bill being passed at the Roundhouse up in Santa Fe. Now, this is a bill that's representing the American Rescue Plan Act, we call ARPA, that the federal government basically is giving out to all the different states to help them handle the COVID pandemic crisis. Now, in this particular bill, New Mexico is receiving $1.069 billion is being transferred for our state to decide how to best use that. Now, I'm going to give you a brief update on what's in this bill. I'm not going to go through all the details, but I want you to understand how it's being prioritized by some of the folks up in the legislature at the Roundhouse. $15 million is going to support the tourism department for tourism marketing and advertising. $15 million. I don't quite understand that. When I look at the next item on here, there's only $5 million going to the Human Services Department to assist food banks in meeting the needs of food insecure New Mexicans. $5 million for that, but $15 million for tourism. You tell me where the priorities are. And here's the kicker. There's $10 million being set aside to the Department of Transportation to plan, design, and construct and equip electric vehicle charging stations throughout the state. Now, I've been traveling throughout the state, and I can tell you, if I were in an electric vehicle, I would run out of juice before I got to the next destination. It's almost 3 hours any direction you go to from Albuquerque, except maybe to Santa Fe. And so, yes, if they're trying to do, this is part of the Green New Deal. So they're going to spend $10 million on charging stations, putting charging stations throughout the state. Shouldn't that be a private industry activity, not a government activity? The big ticket item here, and this is another big ticket item that I see here, is they want to put in roughly about $150 million into the Department of Information Technology to plan, design, construct, renovate, and equip broadband infrastructure across the state. Now, I can tell you, I live in East Mountains of Albuquerque. Our broadband here is terrible. It sucks. Let's just be honest. It sucks. And we need to have that done. It's not clear to me, though, that the government is the right group to do that. Usually networks and infrastructure are done by private industry. You get your Sprints, you have your AT&Ts, you have your Verizons. They're the ones that are supposed to build that infrastructure. And maybe we can incentivize them to put it in rural areas, but we shouldn't be doing it ourselves. And that's what I'd like to see changed in this bill. Anyway, I just saved you a good hour and a half of reading. HB 2 is the way that they're going to try and spend our $1 billion surplus. And here's my problem with all of this. What they've done is they've got $25 million basically for education out of $1 billion. They've $20 million for homelessness out of $1 billion. No tax benefits for the New Mexico citizens. And the people have had very little, if not zero, input into this because the legislators just came together and yet they're already ready to throw this bill out there. So we do have some issues here. It's not clear to me that this $1 billion budget in HB 2 satisfies those criteria and satisfies those priorities. And so I ask you to contact your legislature personnel from your districts and ask them to take their time to review this and spend some time in prioritizing where the resources need to go. Thank you very much. Again, my name is Ant Thornton, and I'm running for Lieutenant Governor of New Mexico.